Hello YouTube, this is the floating voice of Simon Miller and I'm here today for one reason, and one reason only, to tell you that LA Noire on the Switch has made my life complete. Well, that's a bit much. But genuinely, getting to play what was once one of my favourite games of the last generation on Nintendo's new console has made me happy inside, and really, it's for all the reasons you'd expect. Admittedly, that may make you go, well then why are you even here, Miller? But my parents have been saying that for years, and I didn't let it affect me. The same rings true now. Firstly, the aspects you're probably most interested in. While LA Noire has also returned to the PS4 and Xbox One, and yes, on those machines you're going to get more graphical grunt, the true brilliance of it on the Switch is the fact you can take it on the go. Given that in many ways, Rockstar's Detective Adventure shares a lot of similarities with the point-and-click genre, that's like taking some badass drugs which don't have any negative effects. It just works so well. If you don't know, LA Noire is all about stepping into the shoes of budding LAPD Detective Cole Phelps and making your way up the ranks. You get assigned to different divisions in the department, homicide remains the highlight even 6 years after the game's first release, and you do this by investigating crime scenes, solving puzzles, interrogating suspects, and shooting assholes in the face. Although at the time the real selling point here was the facial technology put in place, you could physically see the emotion on someone's face which you were asked to try and read before making an accusation. For me, that was never the real appeal. It was a great addition and unique selling point, absolutely, but it was the more standard setup which sucked you in. You're a detective, crime is going on, go and figure out the case. This is, for me anyway, brilliant though, because while this technology is still very impressive in 2017, it's the story and twists and turns which keep LA Noire from aging. A good investigation is a good investigation no matter what, and some here are so well done you think you're an overcooked steak. And yes, that's a shit analogy. Deal with it. Given that you can now play it on Switch also means you have a choice of options when it comes to controls, but for me the perfect scenario was still with a standard controller or undocking the console and playing it with the screen 3 feet away from your nose. Because you're weird. Not only does that negate some of the downgrading that's happened given the Switch's power, but it's also where the magic of taking LA Noire on the go starts. While we're here too, even though I've said downgrade, it really isn't a problem. It still looks nice enough, and if you do think that is an issue, you have an amazing life, because there's nothing there to get worried about. There's also new collectibles in here if that's your thing, and the options when you are interrogating have been changed. Truth, doubt and lie are now good cop, bad cop and accuse. But if you're going to get your knickers in a twist by that, take off your pants and think about what you've done. If nothing else, it makes more sense anyway, given that Phelps does have a tendency to fly off the handle at times, even when you think you've chosen a relatively tame line of dialogue. Admittedly, that can be frustrating too, especially when it leads to a suspect getting away, but I'll be honest, it's also so hilarious I can't help but love it. It's like Phelps has a serious anger management problem that people are too terrified to bring up. Again though, the real reason to invest in LA Noire is because of the foundations itself, and what's here is great. The majority of cases are riveting, the city and time period are exceptionally well done, and the story that unfolds here ends in a damn good crescendo that's even a bit eerie at times. If you're part of the games aren't adult enough crowd, put a cherry in your pie hole and play this. I admit I'm biased because I loved this game in 2011 and I still do today, so to be able to play it on the move with my Switch is the main reason I bought a damn Switch in the first place. Because of this, I've got no choice but to give it deadlifts out of 10. If you don't know what that means, here's how I score games. LA Noire then, a wonderful remaster and just a lovely game all around. Now let's go look at some dead bodies and blood in the game. The game! It's not what I do after videos.